All right, guys, so I have been getting a ton of people asking for a shop tour and to see all the different machines we have here. And I've been putting it off for a while just because it's such a nightmare to get everything here. Normally everything isn't here, but we have this one opportunity before the boats go up to the lake house where everything is here. So, all right, guys, and just want to remind you, there is still tons of inventory for all the air fresheners. We have lots of designs, lots of scents open. These are only live until June 1st, and then you can no longer buy any of these because I fly back and I can't ship inventory. There's 20 different designs. There's literally something for everyone. There's a car line, there's a power sports line, there's a Jeep line, there's a country, just cowboy line. Literally anything you want, we have it. FreshToDeathCo.com. They are only available until June 1st. Just a disclaimer before we get into this. This is not a brag. This is not me flexing anything. A lot of these things you guys have seen me build, they were free or they cost very little money. So this is like not really that much money sitting in this driveway right now. So today we're just gonna be running over all the different vehicles as well as showing you guys the shop. All right, starting up with my least favorite vehicle we have here is the Kubota RTV 500. I don't know what year this thing is. I don't really know too much about it. This isn't actually mine, but it's always at the shop here, so we're gonna include it in here. It's just 500cc, slow as balls, just terrible, gutless. It's the worst use of your money you can possibly buy if you want a side-by-side. If you want a side-by-side that sucks, you can buy this. But we beat the living crap out of it, as well as everything. There is a video, and we're gonna do another testing video coming up, but this is the side-by-side we do have at the shop here. What it's hooked up to, so this is my absolute pride and joy here. This is Snookums. This is my 19-foot, 1984 ski barge boat that I totally renovated. We went through this entire thing. It was in the bushes, had been sitting there for like 20 some years, tore it down, repainted, redid fiberglass, redid the whole transom, new motor. I mean, I went through this entire thing the best I could with like a 19-year-old budget at the time. And this thing has been the most fun we've ever had. We take it out on the lake every single weekend in the summer, absolutely bomb the crap out of it. So we're running inside here. There are 4 8-inch speakers and a 12-inch sub. That's what we end up throwing in here just to get a pretty great sound system so we can go out and absolutely turn up on the lake. And then if you just move to the back here, it's just your standard like center console like you see in the saltwater boats. And redid like the whole dash panel up here, all new switches. I actually have to switch out that switch panel again this year. And then we're running a Evinrude, just a 90 horse, the V4, one of the 2-stroke engines, which has been running. One cylinder has 1 ring. They're supposed to have 2. It's been running like that since I bought it. So we don't know how long it's gonna last, but she's been a trooper. So that is Snookums. That's my main big boat here. About the most fun you can have for the price of it. All right, moving on to my dirt bike, which everyone has pretty much seen if you've watched the channel. This is a huge part of everything going on too. So this is my 2014 KTM 250SX that I bought for $1,500, and then we absolutely tore it down to the frame, stripped this thing completely down, rebuilt the engine top end, put everything back together, all new plastics, restyled front end, all new graphics. This thing was absolutely gorgeous when it was done. Then had some changes with some sponsors, so I had to rip off my brand new graphics that we just put on and throw these new ones on. It still needs a new matching seat cover for the new colorway, but that is the bike. As far as aftermarket parts, it doesn't have really too much. The only thing really is it has a flywheel weight, so it puts down better power in the woods, and that's it. That's the only thing really besides like graphics and cosmetic stuff. But all right, moving on to my one daily driver. This is my truck here. This is my 2020 GMC Sierra 1500. This truck is probably the most comfortable thing I've ever ridden in my life. It's a very hard contrast from my Jeep, which is out in Colorado, which you guys will see in a little bit, which is the roughest riding vehicle ever. But this thing, if you go inside here, this thing is absolutely loaded. It was custom built from the factory in 2019. It has Bose premium sound system, touchscreen, backup. I don't even know. It's got pretty much everything you'd ever possibly want. It's incredibly comfortable. Leather interior, heated front and rear seats, AC front seats. This thing is absolutely loaded, and it literally rattles the mirrors while you're driving. You can't even see out the rear view when you're listening to like some Young Dolph or something when we're getting down. But this thing is awesome. Then you got the full size big honking rear seat, which I got some moto gear in there right now, but tons and tons of room in this thing. It's got the 5.3 V8 in it, which is like 380 horse. I might be wrong on that, but tows the boat totally fine. Don't even notice it. And then if you come to the back here, it does have the option of the split tailgate. So you drop it down and you press it again, and then it drops down again. Filthy, but, and then you have your step. So you can step, do whatever you want to do. The only thing that sucks is it rubs. You can't really tell the clear coat's all gone on here because it rubs down here on the hitch and scratched the crap out of it before I figured out it was doing that. So that is the downside. GMC didn't really think about that, but that is my one truck. And then we will jump to Colorado for my other daily driver. All right, guys, and then obviously this is my Jeep Wrangler that you guys have seen the videos on. This one is in Colorado. It is never gonna come back to New York in its entire life, but I'll show you kind of a little bit about this just for part of the collection. So this is the part that's not in New York. All right, so this is a 2013 Jeep Wrangler Sport. If you guys saw the other video, you saw the whole breakdown, but we got a 3-inch lift. We got 35-inch tires. It's got cold air intake, some smoke taillights, and some little odds and ends. And on the inside, pretty stock. It's got like the touchscreen unit up in the front there, and then it's got an amp under the seat and some upgraded like sound system components with that. But it's just your basic Jeep Wrangler. It's a lot of fun. Take the top off, take the doors off, and go enjoy the Colorado weather. So this one is part of the collection. Wanted to throw it in there, but yeah, never gonna be in New York again. So that's the Jeep Wrangler. All right, moving on to some snow sports. These are the two greasy snowmobiles that we got for, I don't even remember. I think it was like 500 bucks, something super cheap. I can't keep all this stuff straight. I don't even remember the year. I think one's a 2001, and I think the other one's like a 98. First one here is an Arctic Cat 370. Just to get this thing going, it literally just needed fuel. It just wasn't running right. Nothing too much. We ran it pretty hard. It's actually done really good, and it has fairly low miles. I think it's got like 4,000 miles or something, so it's not too bad, but she's a runner. And then we have the 440, which is a little bit faster. These things only get so good, but this one, same thing, just wasn't getting fuel or something, and we got it going. It's been an absolute blast. This one has more. This one's got like 6,000 miles, and I think this is the newer one. This one has reverse, but yeah, so they both are a little rough around the edges, but for the price we paid, you really can't beat them. All right, moving on to the four-wheelers. So this first one right here, we have matching Polaris Sportsmans. These are literally identical. The one is just missing, like the one package on this one is better than that one, and the front rack's missing, but these things are literally identical other than that. I think they're a year apart. I think this one is a 98, and I think this one's a 99. Just Polaris Sportsman 335s. This one is actually my brother's, so this one is not mine. It was just into the shop because he absolutely obliterated the left side of it and blew up the shock and everything, so I was doing some work on it, so it's just at the thing. And then this is the one you guys saw us do the build on. This four-wheeler, tore all the plastics off this thing, got it all washed down and cleaned up, redid all the plastics, put all new Kenda tires all the way around on it. Got the light bar on there, just got it running and driving really good, new battery, stuff like that, and this thing has been an absolute beast. We've smashed through bushes and trees with it, we winched it up a tree, we've taken it through wicked deep water a bunch of times, and it just keeps on it going. Hey! This four-wheeler, after I finished it, I left it for 1 month with my dad is all it took, and he decided to put a plow on it, which is super stupid and ugly. But beyond that, he also decided to snap the steering column. He completely snapped the steering column in half, so now you can't even drive this thing. It is, to get it just into the shop here was an absolute pain in the butt. So if you guys wonder where I get breaking things, apparently it's from my dad, because less than a month and he snapped this, and of course he's trying to blame it on me, but we all know. We all know what he did. So the Sportsman is down for a little bit, but that's the two four-wheelers we have just sitting here, and obviously my brother's will be going here. That one's not mine. Okay, so this next vehicle is one of the weirdest and strangest things we probably have here. And if you're an OG person from the channel or from TikTok or anything, you have seen this. This is my engine swapped Airboat, which is incredibly rare to find something like this. It's a mini Airboat. It's like, I think it's like 10 foot long, right around there. Originally this thing came with like a 15 horsepower Rotax engine, which was all seized up and corroded from water getting in there. So we dropped that thing out, and this is actually a 55 or 60 horsepower engine out of like a Polaris Indy, one of the snowmobiles. So it's just an air-cooled two-stroke. We just built this, and I was gonna just do a prop on it and just run it in the snow, so I never was worried about it getting hot, but we just never really got that far. But basically we took this thing, ended up fabbing up all the metalwork to get this new engine to fit in there, and then got it jetted right and everything, and hooked up the pulleys and the gear reduction unit, which you'll see in the back here, that converts the amount of rotations. It's 2 to 1. So every 2 times the engine rotates, the pulley up top only rotates 1. It slows the prop down so it doesn't explode. If you hit too much RPM, the prop will explode. So all we gotta do to get this thing running is put a prop on it. One of these days I will. It's just over $1,000 to do it, and it'll be pretty cool once we do it. But that's what this is. This is just the Airboat. We actually kind of fabbed up. This is kind of cool. So it's hooked into a just like a throttle here. So this is just a clutch lever off of a dirt bike I bought, and that's hooked into the carb slides. So when you drive this thing, you literally just sit here, and this is your steering, and it steers your back flaps, and then this is your throttle, which is pretty cool. So I'll actually start it up and show you guys. It does run really good. We just got to get a pulley for it, or a prop for it. Insanely loud, but there you go. So just 2 carbs that run in, exhaust comes out, and then it just goes out right here, which ricochets off that and is super stinking loud. All right, next up we have my next boat. This is my 14-foot Sea Nymph. I think this is like an 80-something, 1980-something. This is just my little fishing boat here. So the plan is actually to ship this out to Colorado as soon as I can, because I never really use it here. We just use snookums, or we use this like 1 or 2 times a year just to fish. So we're probably gonna end up getting it taken out there, but it's just a little fishing boat. It's totally decked out. It's got everything you possibly ever want. It's got like a little, like the anchor you can crank from the back. It's made for like the river and stuff. And then we've got a fish finder up here. It's got an electric motor. It's just got a little Johnson 9.9 on the back, which doesn't really push this very good, as you can probably imagine. The whale tail helps, but this thing is definitely no speed demon. And that's pretty much it. It's just a nice little fishing boat. It's super easy to take up to the lake, and we normally just go trout fishing in the spring with it. But hopefully we're gonna end up shipping it out here to Colorado soon. All right, and then the shop itself right here, you can sneak by the Airboat here. So, I mean, you guys have seen this on video. This is the actual shop. It's like 20-foot doors in here, so we can fit anything we want. I don't know what the ceiling is. I'm gonna get comments saying I don't know enough, but it's just your basic shop. It's got concrete floors. We've got just a workbench over here, which is pretty great for everything we do. We have the couch, which is no one ever sits in. It's so disgusting and covered with like grease and grossness that we just put stuff on it. So actually we like sanded the Jeep doors on this thing, so it's got like layers and layers of like dust in this thing. So you're not gonna want to sit on that. We're running for lights in this. There's 4 10,000 lumen, like the longer fixtures, and then we have 2 deep bay lights on the working side over there, which are I think 28 or 33,000 lumens or something crazy like that. So there's like 80,000 lumens of light in here. We need to put two more over here, since the truck is in here now for storage most of the time. And then over here we got all my tools. The only thing that's really unique is the speakers. So I have 4 6-inch speakers and a 10-inch subwoofer underneath there. So this has pretty crazy sound system. We really want to. It actually was like knocking the beer bottles off the wall, so we had to turn the bass down. But besides that, just got your normal compressor. Craftsman, just a bunch of tools in here. Some channel lock, pliers and everything already. Gotta have those, and impacts, just all your normal stuff. Then we got, of course, beer fridge, which has been overrun a little bit since I've gone. There's now food in here. But we got the beer fridge, you already know. We got some Coors Banquets in there, and as long as some other stuff that people just leave around here, but that's always there to keep us stocked up with beer. She's a little low because my dad has been going crazy since I've been gone. But then we have the heat source. This thing looks absolutely terrible because it is leaking water and we need to fix it or whatever, but this is actually what heats this entire place. A lot of people are normally surprised because it isn't insulated, but we just get this thing absolutely raging in the winter. Heats this place up fairly good. It's like 60. If it's like 20, 30 degrees outside, it'll get like 55, 60. And any warmer than that, it gets hotter and hotter. So it's okay for now. Eventually we might end up changing something, but I'm here less and less anymore. So not too much of a point in doing that. And then moving over here, we do have a flat screen TV. We use every once in a while. Me and friends like Dustin filming. Sometimes we'll do like cold beer Saturday night. We all come over, play some cornhole and stuff in the winter, watch some TV. So it gets used every once in a while, but not too terribly much. And then we just got some parts over here. This is all the dirt bike parts in that bin. all the Jeep parts from the Jeep Overland build, which will be returning very soon, everyone. Please be patient. I think it actually might be done this month and it'll be back here. So watch out for that. But these are the seats that go in it, all the panels and everything like that. And then this is the four-wheeler that we showed in one of the videos. I think it was a short. This is my friend Jason's Honda 450 or 350. Yeah, Honda 4Trax 350. We might end up doing something, reviving it a little bit, but we'll see. But that's just here because we were just trying to fix it up for him. So, oh, and then we have lots of Coors Banquets. So if you can't tell, big fan of Coors Banquets. These are not all from me. Everyone knows that we collect them. So anyone that drinks them, we just kind of like stack them. We're trying to just fill all the walls and everything. So, and then if we go to the back of the shop, there's a little bit more back there. Back of the shop is kind of a disaster, honestly, but this is all the firewood. We just stock all the firewood for the year and bring it in as we use it. And then you just got tons and tons of random stuff. So we've just got like plastics for the four-wheeler, old oil. There's the Jeep windshield back here. That's a bucket of muriatic acid. That's just kind of like letting it air out because I don't know what to do with it quite yet. Old four-wheeler tires, old Jeep parts, the Jeep gas tanks right there, sheet metal, all the things that you just collect behind your shop. All right, guys, I hope you kind of enjoyed this. It's a little bit of a slower video than you're used to, but so many people were asking for this, and this is literally the only time that we have the opportunity with the boats here to do this, and probably the only time I do it because it sucked getting everything here in all positions. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. That's weird. Why is the fire alarm going off? I don't think they recommend that you run these inside. Never stopped me before though.